Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I rise in support of my amendment, which would increase funding for the Department of Defense's sexual assault prevention and response programs. The men and women of our armed forces sacrifice a great deal to serve our country. When they enlist, they do so knowing that they may be sent into violent and dangerous situations to confront an adversary. What they do not sign up for is the violence of being sexually assaulted by one of their own fellow service members. We need to do better by all those who wear the uniform. I am encouraged that the Department of Defense has established sexual assault prevention and response programming to prevent these crimes from occurring and to ensure that victims have the resources they need to recover should an incident occur. But the number of service women and men who experience sexual assault in the military remains staggering. Last year alone, the Department of Defense received over 6,750 reports of sexual assault involving service members. Meanwhile, DOD estimates that only 1 in 3 service members who experience a sexual assault file a report. Clearly, sexual assault remains a serious issue in the armed forces. With over 1 million active duty troops and over 800,000 serving in the Guard and reserves at installations all over the world, sexual assault prevention and response programs require our full support and funding. We must provide the best possible care and resources for our service members who are dutifully and honorably serving and defending the United States. That is why my amendment would increase funding for these worthwhile and vital programs to ensure that they are there when service members need them. I urge all of my colleagues to support this important amendment, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentlewoman reserves. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Texas seek recognition?
I rise to claim time in opposition, but I'm not opposed to the amendment.
Without objection.
Sexual assault remains a serious problem in the military and one that we must continue to be addressing. The department has implemented a number of measures to prevent and reduce sexual assault incidents, prosecute perpetrators, and better respond to victims. Despite this, there's still more to be done. This bill provides $318 million, which is $35 million above the President's request, for sexual assault prevention and response programs at the service level and at the Department of Defense Sexual Assault Prevention and Response Program Office. I agree this is a critical issue that requires attention at the highest level. All of the military services must continue to address incidents of sexual assault and make clear that the military has zero tolerance for such behavior. I'm pleased to accept the amendment, and I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentlewoman yields back.
I want to thank the gentlelady for her support and the support of the committee as well as the Rules Committee in moving forward this important amendment. And with that, I urge my colleagues to support the amendment and yield back the balance of my time.
The gentlewoman from Connecticut yields back the balance of her time. The question is on the amendment offered by the gentlewoman from Connecticut. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have